Hey guys, how's it going? Elliot here again. In today's video we're going to be refurbishing or repairing, but hopefully just turning on a Game Boy Micro. I actually have one of these. I did have two. I had a pink one as well, but I sold that on because I didn't really need it and it was pink. Not that that's an issue, pink's fine, but didn't really look sleek in my collection. But I ordered another one. I found it for £28 and £3 shipping. Additionally, there was actually a little bit more shipping. Let me see if I can show you that here without showing my address. There we go. Because apparently because I live in Jersey, the company that they were using to ship didn't ship to me. Weirdly enough, the lady who actually sold it to me wasn't willing to use a slightly less quick postage method because she'd had issues previously with eBay or something. So I had to spend a load of money. It's also been opened by Jersey Customs, which is actually becoming a bit of a regular occurrence, to be honest with you. I think they've put me under watch or something because everything I seem to get seems to be looked by them. But anyway, here it is. It comes with a game. Not entirely sure what game it was. It wasn't exactly the main attraction of the listing. It's Nemo and the Incredibles. So yeah, terrible. The Incredibles was actually one of my favourite games when I was a kid and I had a Game Boy. My god, this looks dirty and stinks terribly, and what is that on the back? That is like covered in fingerprints. Right, has it got any juice at all? No. I did tell you it was listed as faulty, but the lady in the description said that there was no charger to test it. So if we plug that in, we did just get some lights. It has a kind of a weird smell to it. We may have to, oh god, open it up. I've just popped open the battery cover just to see if the battery is exploded. It doesn't seem to be. The watermark isn't triggered, which is always quite reassuring. If we just pull this out and plug in the one from my green one. And see if that gets it working. There we go, it does. We don't seem to have any sound though. Let's pop the game in and see if we get any sound at all. There we go, we have got sound. Fantastic, seems to work absolutely fine. So now that we know that that works, I'm going to go ahead and order a replacement battery, take off this absolutely disgusting lanyard, take the whole thing apart and give it a really nice clean. As you can see, there's like some kind of weird fingerprints on it. It's probably just from whatever kid owned this beforehand. I'm definitely going to make sure I wash my hands quite thoroughly afterwards. Don't know if you can see that there up in that corner, and also all along there there's like these fingerprint marks and stuff. It's pretty greasy, pretty grimy. So cleaning it is definitely the first thing I'm going to do. So in order to do that, I'm going to take it apart just to make sure it's all thoroughly cleaned, give all the contacts a nice wipe and everything like that. Okay, so I've taken everything apart. As you can see, it looks pretty damn complicated, to be honest with you. If you're usually used to watching videos where I take apart like a Game Boy Pocket or a Game Boy Color, the two shells just pull apart. You've got the motherboard in the middle, and then that's pretty much it. You can chuck the shells in the sink, and then pretty much just clean everything else, put it back together. This is a little bit more confusing. There's a lot of metal parts. The Game Boy Micro was made really, really well. All these parts are metal. This is the back and the front. These are both metal. The battery cover is metal. This is a kind of a frame piece that holds everything together, although it is possibly the most brittle plastic known to mankind. Unfortunately, the little latch here has actually fallen apart as I was taking it apart. Or I might have not been as careful as I should have been, but it pretty much just snapped off. I don't think there's any way I can glue it back on, although I might give it a go anyway, just to see. But I really don't think it's gonna hold. But I might glue it back on. But as you can see, it's just held on by that tiny little piece there, and then it just folds down. And then you're meant to use like a little tool like this just to pop into the side, and then that just presses down on both of those. But this plastic is super brittle and it just broke there and then. So yeah, I'm gonna give everything a nice clean and then put it back together. Another thing I should mention actually as well is these screws are knackered. I don't know if this was taken apart before, but the fact that I actually even managed to get this apart was nothing shy of a miracle, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to put these screws back in. So I'm gonna have to try and find one that's not too bad and then use that just to hold it together for now. Okay, and there we go, that is it put back together. I actually managed to glue the little clip that had broken off, and it seems to have held it down quite nicely. I didn't glue the faceplate down, I glued the little clip in here down, and it seems to have clicked down, which is a good thing. It's actually in really nice overall condition. I cleaned up all the kind of fingerprints off it. I'm only holding it together with 2 screws at the moment. I'm going to have to try and find a spare one, and I'm using the battery from my green Game Boy Micro at the moment, but it works absolutely fine. These consoles are really cool. They just like fit in your pocket, and they're just, well, an AGS 101 essentially in a little tiny metal little console. It's really quite cool, to be honest with you. That's going to be it then for today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I've got quite a lot of consoles on order coming down, including 2 AGS 101s. The Deadpan Robot Company have very kindly provided me with a lot of screens that I'm going to be, a lot of LCD backlight kits that I'm going to be using. There's also an RGB one, so stay tuned for that. And also a Game Boy Pocket Bivert chip, a Game Boy Pocket exclusive Bivert chip. So yeah, if you guys got to the end of this video, then you'll know for those little secrets for the next couple of videos. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.